this is a health and safety exercise. I've been told this specifically by council officers, so the staff at the council have told me, there's nothing to see here. This is a health and safety exercise. Clearly, it's not just that. It's bigger than that. It's turned into a national news story. We can tell people are really interested in it. In terms of the replanting, planting is great, of course. And St Albans Council and lots of councils around the country are planting hundreds or thousands of trees. And of course, that's fantastic. Everyone's pleased about that. But almost all those trees are tiny, tiny little twigs or little saplings. Most of those, or a lot of those, do not survive, partly because just saplings just don't, but also because they're just not maintained because there's no budget to maintain those trees. So the great thing about these is that they're up and they're ready and they've been here for decades and decades, and potentially could be for decades more. Those new trees are not any kind of replacement for these in the sense of what they look like or how likely they are to survive or the benefit or the beauty of them or how they help with flooding, how they help with air pollution, all those things. Those trees, those new trees, will take decades to replace, to properly replace the function of a tree like this one. And when we're talking about 2050, with the government's plans for getting to net zero, for example, around 2050 or 2045 or 2040, that's just a few years away. Those little saplings are not going to be very big by then. So we just need to be really, really mindful before we chop a tree down. Look at all the risks, balance everything up, and that's what we're asking the council to do: is to stop. Right now, stop doing this, apart from the really urgent cases, the ones that are definitely imminent danger. Stop it, take a pause, relook at the list, look at all the risks, balance those risks up, and get people involved. This is a local council. This is supposed to be a public body that represents people. I'm there and all the other councillors are there to represent our constituents. And the constituents are supposed to be made in public. And that's one of the things, you mentioned the results of the local election. It's a very heavily Lib Dem dominated council. This is not a party political issue at all, genuinely. But when you get a council that has got almost all the councillors, and 90% or more of the councillors are from one party, you tend to get decisions like this that are made behind closed doors, not necessarily intentionally, but because that's the way it's done. I've gone into committee meetings over the last year or so, and there's no discussion. All decisions have already been made because they're all in their Lib Dem room, and it would be any other party as well. I come in and I say, hang on a minute, can we debate this? Can we have a little chat about this? And this has become the ultimate issue.